stayed at Phu Quoc Island at a beachfront resort. It's nice. The buildings look like they've been built recently. There's a new area, a resort made for tourists, and well, I kind of expected to see something like this. The streets are completely empty, and seems like the hotels are also. These you can see the storefronts here. Many buildings with just empty spaces, and not a lot of people. I mean, it's nice, but it goes to show that this island, and especially these type of resort areas, were supposed to be like tourist attractions, just like Bali in Indonesia. This is supposed to be the Bali of Vietnam, but well, it hasn't kind of taken off yet. I'm glad though. I like it more quiet, and it is a nice beach though. So now we're staying a few nights in this beautiful private villa. Phu Quoc being a bit more, well, a lot more touristic than the other places we visited. We decided we'll just take a few days for ourselves and be more alone here in our own villa, just relaxing, taking it easy. Since the past days have been so hectic, meeting all the relatives and everything, so just gonna stay here and relax for a few nights. I absolutely love this villa, how it looks. It has this like cool brutalist, tropical brutalist vibe going on with all the plants and everything. We got our own private pool and 2 bedrooms, one for my fiance's sister, one for ourselves, and yeah, that's basically it. See you guys later. Archaeological finds suggest that Phu Quoc Island was inhabited as early as 3000 BCE. The early inhabitants on this island were most likely part of the ancient Eo culture that existed around the Mekong Delta. From the 1st century until the 6th century, This island was a part of the ancient Funan kingdom, and after that, from the 7th century up until the 9th century, the island became a part of the Chenla kingdom. During the 10th century, along with most of the Mekong Delta area, this island was also claimed by the Khmer Empire. And the Khmer Empire remained in control of this island up until the 18th century, when the Vietnamese started gradually moving to this island. As we already established, it was the Nguyen dynasty that started this mass migration movement towards, which is now modern day South Vietnam. They did this to gain cultural, economic and political control of the southern Khmer lands because of pressure of population growth in the Red River Delta area where the Vietnamese originated, the area around Hanoi. French were in control of Vietnam from the late 19th century to mid 20th century, and during that time they realized the significant location of this island and also set up a military presence here on Phu Quoc Island, and they built infrastructure here, buildings, most notably the Phu Quoc prison. So we're gonna go check that out now. This right here is the infamous Phu Quoc prison. The prison area was originally built by the French, but was later on expanded by the South Vietnamese government. And yeah, it highlights one of the more gruesome parts of Vietnamese history. During the war, This was used by the South Vietnamese government and the Americans to imprison and horrifically torture political prisoners, prisoners of war, mainly communists. This museum tells a very dark story about the past of this prison and highlights the various different torture methods that were used on the prisoners here. These torture methods include burying prisoners alive, solitary confinement in tiny cages outside, water torture, electric torture, and, well, even roasting prisoners' private parts. Yeah, horrific stuff. This prison was converted into a museum in 1995 by the Vietnamese government, but bodies of the prisoners who died here were still found in excavations in the early 2000s. So if you're ever visiting Phu Quoc, I do recommend you visit this museum. It's on the southernmost tip of the island. It's about a half an hour drive from the city center, and entrance is free. You don't even need to book a tour guide or a tour group. You can just do as I did and come alone and explore by yourself. The descriptions on the exhibitions are also in English, although the translations sometimes are a bit off, but still very useful. I do recommend coming here to see this side of the history of this island for yourself with your own eyes. Very eye-opening experience. Yeah, so apparently they managed to build Venice, Italy and Vietnam. This is a Grand World in northern Phu Quoc. It's kind of a shopping complex with a lot of hotels, shops, restaurants, very catered to tourists. It is just basically a tourist attraction, and yeah, it feels kind of fake, kind of, inauthentic. It is probably one of the most inauthentic areas in Vietnam that you can find. Nothing Vietnamese about this, but it is very impressive, very beautiful. Here you can also visit the teddy bear museum if you happen to be a teddy bear enthusiast. I think I'll skip this time. Not that into teddy bears. Yeah, this place seems like a large theme park of some sort. drop down to the southern tip of Vietnam again, to a place called Sunset Valley, Sunset Town, and yeah, this also has a weirdly Italian vibe to it. Absolutely beautiful, but you know, come on, man, you couldn't tell me I'm in Vietnam right now. I mean, come on, this is just Italy, Southern Europe. Like Grand World, this is also like a mock city, filled with hotels, restaurants, and other things catered to tourists. But if you're Vietnamese, you don't need to go to Europe. You can just travel to Phu Quoc and voila, you're in Venice or Rome or somewhere like that. Damn, these places are so empty. Restaurants with no customers at all. Completely empty beach. Oh, there's a few people there, but you know, building these mock cities probably cost billions of dollars, but they're still pretty empty. Not a lot of tourists yet. But who knows? Maybe give it a few years time and maybe this area, this beach will be filled with people sunbathing. Maybe these hotels will be booked to the fullest, and maybe these restaurants will be running super busy every night. Maybe Phu Quoc will be the next Bali, the next hottest vacation spot for tourists around the world to come to. Only time will tell. if you're ever visiting Phu, you should also check out Sakuramura. We're staying here for one night. I wish we had the time to stay here for more. It's an absolutely beautiful, like a homestay location. And here is the owner. Tên anh là gì?
Chào mọi người, tên mình là Long.
Yeah, okay. He's a great guy, awesome host. So if you're ever in the area, just visit. I'll put the link in the description. So see you guys. Our stay in Phu Quoc is now coming to an end. We were not planning to stay this long. We stayed about a week here. Originally we were going to be here only for a few days, but we decided to extend our stay here. It was really pleasant. One of the highlights of our trip so far. The island is, you know, this very relaxing place, very laid back, and not as crowded as other places in Vietnam that we visited now. Of course, it's a bit more touristy. Kind of has this Bali vibe to it. But I'd say if you're thinking of booking tickets to a tropical country, maybe planning a vacation to Bali, I would maybe reconsider and consider coming to Phu Quoc instead. It's a very nice place for a sunny vacation, especially during the winter time. In the summer it's a bit more rainy during the rain season, but in the winter it's very, very nice. Yeah, if you want a more authentic experience of the Vietnamese culture and the country as a whole, maybe go to the mainland, Da Nang or Saigon or some other place like that. But if you just want a good vacation spot, Phu Quoc it has a lot of potential. So thank you everybody for watching this video, and now we're heading to Thailand to see a friend, spend there about a week. So see you guys in Thailand, Bangkok.
Hello các bạn subscribe cho anh Tây nha. Dạ bye các bạn nha.